Raheem Mostert was one of the revelations of fantasy football last year. 18 rushing touchdowns, 21 total touchdowns on the season. Doing it at age 31. I mean, he was kind of like out of nowhere, compa. I mean, he scored more touchdowns last year than he had scored in the rest of his career combined. I mean, just one of the absolute wins, except for the fact that he finished the season sitting out. So he sat out like the most important weeks of the fantasy season, the fantasy playoffs, because he had ankle and knee issues. He's had issues in the past. The last 2 seasons when he's been in Miami, he's missed 3 games total. But before that, I mean, the season before that, he played 1 game because he had a leg injury. We're talking about a guy who's going into his age 32 season right now. And now all of a sudden, you talk about injury history so much. How much does his injury history and his age start to give you those La Llorona feelings?
Well, if you're talking about La Llorona, the tequila, I don't think Raheem Mostert often makes me want to drink that much. I don't draft a lot of Raheem Mostert, I'll be honest, but I was maybe you're saying I should have drafted more of him because I did cry big crocodile tears when I didn't have him on my teams. But when it comes to big crocodile tears in terms of his actual injury history, it is a concern. His knee issue, has been well documented, and really Raheem Mostert's just one of those guys that's like, just to me, when I view the situation, I get it. You can miss out on like a big hit. I mean, that's like a 1% outcome, right? Like what happened last year was like a 31-year-old running back going off for that much. I mean, maybe we should have seen it coming. I get it, but really just invest in the other guy. Devon Achane, he has been a guy who is going to basically be what you want Raheem Mostert to be. And especially if Raheem Mostert goes down, because he's got that he could at any moment, really, especially at 32, he can get that Todd Gurley syndrome where the knee just locks up, swells up, and never reverses. And we just won't see Raheem Mostert anymore, right? That's the risk. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm saying that risk is very real and very tangible. Just invest in the younger guy, the faster guy, the guy who can win if and when Raheem Mostert goes down, can put up video game type numbers. That's sort of my takeaway with 32-year-old Raheem Mostert.
And one other thing, they also drafted a running back, a high impact running back, Jalen Wright. They drafted him on day 2. So he was one of my favorite running backs going into the draft. Someone who is kind of like, he's bigger than our amigo Achane, as we've called him a few times. He's bigger. He's about the same. He's a little bit bigger than Raheem Mostert. Weighs a little bit more. Ran a little bit over 4.3 on. I think it was 4.33 in the 40. So he fits the suit when it comes to Miami, where they want speed guys. So, so that to me is a big concern. There's a part of me that wonders that maybe they run Mostert until the wheels fall off, and then they just bring in Wright, but with Achane still being a major factor.